All right, guys, I see some of you guys talking about the balsa on the Nano Drak. I have a piece of Nano Drak balsa here. You can see on my pointer finger, the top is longer than the bottom. So instead of trying to round all this and, you know, causing yourself a whole lot of extra work, this control surface is actually longer than the original, and it's more stout than the original control surface. But since it's longer, and we are literally trying to complete the airfoil, you can see where I marked this here. So I take the top that's longer, I put it down on the table, I take the foam and I match it right up, and you can see it's the exact height. So what I did is I did that there, right? And I did this here, and I marked both sides. So originally we were only using barely 1 inch control surface, but it was always kind of thin and flimsy. So I never really liked it. So I upgraded to the mini Drak that's longer. So you can take a little bit off of the actual foam to match it without having to hog and go crazy with the bottom of this piece of balsa. So you can see what I've done here. Basically, I've taken this and matched it to the foam, and then I'm going to trim it here. So let me give it a trim free. So what I usually do is I'll take this piece, now that I got the mark, right? And I take that piece right there, and I take this really nice straight edge and I put it on the foam. So now I got it marked absolutely perfectly. Let me see if I can do this while I'm holding the phone and everything. So basically, let me see here. I'm gonna set this off to the side. See here. And now that I'm holding it down, I got it on my marks where I took it here and matched it. I don't mess and sand this edge. I need a sharp edge to hinge this from. So I will do now is cut a sharp edge of the foam, kind of like it's already molded. And we put this upgraded balsa on here by doing this. That's slightly longer than stock balsa. So now I just go like this at a nice angle. Boom, saved yourself hours worth of sanding. And we have longer balsa anyway. So now, if you look, perfect match. I mean, you can still go on the bottom and take a sanding pad, which I would usually do, and sand it a little bit, but don't sand to the sharp top edge. And then now you have it, you know, a nice piece that matches across the whole thing. It's perfectly even with my finger all the way across. So that's how you do it. Saves you a bunch of time, makes this control surface be a little bit more stout and less apt to roll at higher speeds. And then if you're going, you know, if you're taking the Nano and you're going pretty high speeds, so you don't get servo failure or roll, run a little bit higher voltage on higher voltage servos, and or get 12 gram servos or even 32 gram servos to put in here. But if you can use a healthy 12 gram servo rather than a 9 gram, you won't have this aircraft trying to roll at higher speeds. And what we found when we use this type of balsa that's thicker, it actually has more strength. So at higher speeds, it doesn't like to roll back, say like it does on like 9 gram or really weak 12 gram servos. So hopefully this helps you guys and makes it a lot easier for you. What I'll also do is once I trim one, I will go ahead and take the other wing and set it here and match it up and make the mark, and then I'll take the end of the other new other wing that hasn't been trimmed yet and hold it up here and then make the mark, so the exact match. So there you go, guys.